on the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Buffalo Bills and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Allen going to look to throw on the first play. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
And now a hook up downfield on second down. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. They'll roll him out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is. That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Hubbard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Running the ball can be a struggle in this part of the field. In fact, it's a perfect spot for defenders to pin their ears back and try and work upfield, and they capture him for a loss.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. He'll get this complete to the running back, Hubbard. And he's only able to get it to right around the 3. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He gets this one to Hubbard, complete. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
Oh, that's a big let off there on 3rd down because you've got to account for the running back coming out of the backfield. They didn't, and they got burned, not just for a 1st down, but for big yardage as well.
The slot man in motion right. And they'll run on 1st down with Hubbard. And he'll get this to the 32. The Buccaneers had 5 and 6 to start play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and The pressure is good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Back to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On play action, they'll throw. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. And his kick is good. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
Allen off the play fake. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Slot man moves right. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Allen, he finds his man, complete. That's Allen. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Throwing now is Allen. Touchdown! Keenan Allen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead. Point after, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
Now a play fake here on first down. Delivering another one here to Darren Waller. He's got it again. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. On second down, here's a run with Hubbard. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. Oh, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on fourth down. Fourth down, so Jake Camarda is out there. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Allen going deep for Diggs. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Allen finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Cook. And some room to work. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 48 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Allen now on first down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 45 on second down, Allen. That is complete downfield to Knox. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big...
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. On second down, Cook. And a short gain here down to the 22. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Now Allen. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And his kick here is good. And the Bills have come back to regain the lead. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. That's Matt Milano firing in from his linebacker position. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. He sets to fire deep. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now Allen again. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So a 4-point game here as we get set to resume action in this third quarter of play. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half? Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They run the counter with Cook. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Allen going to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. On first down, Allen. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
2nd down and goal. Allen. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. On play action, Allen. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Logan Hall fighting through and dropping him for the sack. And this one is right through, and that'll make this a 7-point game. Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are, but what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
On second down, they'll run with White. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Incomplete. Now the ball comes loose. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Bucs are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? I mean, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 47 yards.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll run the screen with Hubbard. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Chuba Hubbard, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from evening this one up. This time, the extra point up and good. And that will tie our game here in the third. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made it.
It's caught inside the 25. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Give him 32 on the play.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. Back now in Tampa. These two teams all tied up 16 apiece as we start the fourth quarter. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the fourth quarter. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
A throw over the middle taken in. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. They'll drop to throw. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, they were setting up the screen, CD, a lot of free runners, and they got there late, and the penalty ensued.
Yeah, somehow it didn't get into their brains that it was a screen, right? Instead of pulling off and chasing the ball downfield, they kept going towards the quarterback and knocked him down way late. That draws the penalty flag each and every time.
They go play action here on 1st down. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
One advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a 1st down. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down, get a new set, and let's start over. Let's go.
They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 14. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Read option, this is White. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Flushed out right. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
From here on, any score could be the winning one, and he is certainly aware of that. Look at the way he locked in on that marker and made a mad scramble to get to it for the 1st down.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Flush to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
White is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Here's Hubbard, and he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And his kick is indeed good, and they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He gets this complete to Diggs. And they'll be stopped at the 28. On a play that started at the 14, they pick up 14. Now Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. Throwing is Allen. Finding Allen. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Allen. The left side caught by Diggs. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's Allen. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Bucs have just about sewn up this football game. Victory formation now for the Buccaneers. Down to a knee they go. Charles, we were treated to an excellent game today, capped off by that second half comeback. This was a joy to watch.
Entertaining for us, not so much to the team who led at halftime and now is leaving here, knowing that they let a win slip through their fingers. Tough one for them to carry home.
So for the Bucs, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the LA Rams come to town. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers.